Hey everyone, welcome to another review. Here's my review for the movie Hush. Yes, this movie Hush stars Katie Siegel and John Gallagher Jr. And this movie is written and directed by Mike Flanagan, who is a great horror movie director. This guy has directed movies like Absentia and Oculus, two horror movies I really enjoy, and I was really looking forward to this horror movie. This is kind of like an indie horror movie, and I was really curious about it. And let's get to the story before I get into my opinions. The story of this movie is about a girl, and she's deaf, and she's a very popular author, and she writes like a lot of murder mysteries, thrillers, psychological thrillers, and basically she lays in this nice house in the middle of nowhere. She basically writes all her books there so she can have some peace and harmony and get inspiration of a new story. And like I said, she is deaf, and one night something happens. Her friend from next door gets murdered almost right in front of her, but she doesn't see it and she can't hear it. So when she's doing that, a guy outside her house is basically stalking her. He's wearing this very creepy mask, and he's stalking her and trying to get her attention, because at first he doesn't know she's deaf, but then he finds out she's deaf, so that's when he starts to play and toy with her. And basically when she does find out, it becomes almost like a hunt. This is almost like a home invasion movie, but more horror-esque and stuff, and I really loved this movie. Yes, this movie, Hush, is a fantastic horror movie. This is a great psychological thriller, but it's a horror movie. This movie is like The Strangers meets Straw Dogs. Like, this movie is really good. It's really intense, and it's just a really good, thrilling movie. It's not very scary. It's not like a scary horror movie. That's not the kind of horror movie this movie is. This is more of like a thrilling kind of movie, and it is very thrilling and very intense, and there's a lot of things I loved about this movie. One thing is the two lead performances. The lead girl, Katie Siegel, she's the lead girl who's deaf, and she is really good in this movie. She's very well done. I actually thought this girl was deaf. I don't even know if she is deaf in real life. I don't really know this actress very well, but she is really good, really solid in this movie, and she's not like a typical damsel girl. You know, like those girls in horror movies, all they do is scream and go, ah, oh, what do, and they cry a lot. This girl is very smart because she's an author of like murder mysteries, so when shit goes down, she tries to strategize and everything, and she's a very smart and very clever character, and she doesn't show a lot of fear. She is scared because, you know, the movie tries to be realistic, but she's very clever, very smart, and I love how she fights this psychopathic killer outside her house. And there's a special scene, I don't really want to spoil the scene, but there's a great scene where she has to weigh out options. She tries to figure out, if I hide, this will happen. If I fight, this will happen. If I wait it out, this will happen. It's a really interesting scene, and I really like it. It's near the ending of the movie. It's one of my favorite scenes in the movie, and it's a really, really good scene. And this girl, Katie Siegel, she is a fantastic actress, and she is solid in this movie. I really liked her. Very compelling character, and she was a character I loved to root for. And the psychopathic killer is played by John Gallagher Jr. Yes, he was awesome in 10 Cloverfield Lane, and he's awesome in this movie. He is fucking nuts in this movie. He is crazy. He's got a very creepy mask, and I love that he's this like hunter guy with a crossbow and these knives and stuff. You don't really know his motivation of why he is trying to kill this girl, but you kind of think like he's like a hunter. He likes hunting people. It's like the most dangerous game or some shit like that. He loves to hunt people. He loves the thrill of hunting someone and their fear and stuff. And John Gallagher Jr. is great. I love him. He's a pretty smart guy because he's a hunter. He hunts people, hunts animals, so no matter what this girl does, she can hide, she can run, she can do whatever she's gonna try to do what she needs, but it's not gonna work because this guy knows her plans and he knows how to hunt. He knows how to get to this girl, and it's really good. I love this stand-up between this blind girl and this hunter. It's really awesome. There are two other characters in this movie, but they're just there, you know, just to be there, horror movie characters, but the main story is with these two characters, this blind girl and this hunter, and it's awesome. The stand-up between these two and how they face each other outside, inside this house, and how they toy with each other is fantastic. It's a great psychological thriller slash horror movie, and I freaking loved this movie. This movie is very well directed, very well written too. Like, these characters are very well written characters, and they're pretty compelling characters, and they're interesting. You want to know what's going to happen. You want to know that there's some scenes you're rooting for the killer. There's some scenes, or well, most scenes you're rooting for the lead girl because she's such a likable, interesting, smart character. And I love how this movie was directed. This movie had a lot of subtlety to it. There was a lot of atmosphere. It built on its fear and stuff. It was really well done. And there's a lot of scenes you feel like you are the deaf girl. Like, you don't know where this guy's gonna pop pop out and stuff, and there's some scenes there's like no volume, you just see what she sees, and this guy is just like walking behind her, and like that is so scary. Like that is clever fear right there. Like someone could be walking right behind you and you don't even know it. There's another scene when she's like typing on the computer and he's like standing behind her like tapping his chest with a knife, and that is just so creepy and very chilling, and this movie has like a bunch of scenes like that, and I loved it. I freaking love it, and I love how this movie uses its unique sounds. Like there's a lot of great sound editing and sound mixing in this movie, because this girl is deaf, so they symbolize a lot of scenes with sounds, like scenes when someone's tapping like this or knocking like this. They really emphasize sound in this movie, and it was really clever and very well done, and I loved this movie. This movie was thrilling, awesome, entertaining from start to finish. This is a great indie horror movie, and I freaking loved it. Mike Flanagan did an amazing job writing and directing this movie. I love his work. I love Absentia, and I love Oculus, but this movie, Hush, is probably my favorite Mike Flanagan movie. I can't wait to see what he does next year when he remakes I Know What You Did Last Summer. Maybe he can make that movie better, because this guy is a great writer-director. He's great at horror movies. This guy knows what horror is. I freaking loved this movie. This movie, Hush, you gotta check it out. If you love great psychological thrillers and great horror movies, check this out. You will have a blast with this movie. I can't wait to buy it when it comes out on Blu-ray, because I freaking love this movie. Scale 1 to 10, I'll give the movie Hush a 9.2 out of 10. So yeah, I love this movie. This movie was great. So yeah, that was my review for the movie Hush. So yeah, in the comment section below, please tell me, what is your favorite Mike Flanagan movie? He's got 3 movies. What is your favorite out of his 3 movies? This one's my favorite, but what is your favorite? Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like, subscribe to this channel, and join the dark side.